This one's recording.
Hello? Hello? Doing well, doing well. How's the audio quality and everything? Can you hear us? Hello? Hey, how's it going?
Hey, what's up?
Hey. Hey. All right.
There we go.
So it's nice to meet you. So we've got about 25 minutes. We have finished fourth pretty much for the last 4 years. We're frustrated and we've identified the problem as our coaching philosophy, methodology, the way that we practice, the synergy between teammates, really optimizing players and their potential and getting the most out of them has been our weakness. And so we want to fix that. So we're looking for someone that has expertise, know-how, the right mindset, and can kind of execute that within a team setting and make the most out of these guys. On paper, we have a fucking amazing team. We have a great, talented group of players, but we're just not, we don't have the right recipe, right? We don't have the right mixture. So probably no later than Monday.
Okay, great. Thanks very much.
Okay, thanks. All right, talk to you soon.
All right, talk to you later.
All right, bye-bye.
Characters initially playing mid lane because it's just harder to kill them at. Whereas if you put them here, they're a lot more exposed, and it's just harder to get behind them. You can get behind this guy. And there's a ton of room where he's gonna get cut off if you try and go here.
So it's midnight here on Monday, and tomorrow's a pretty big day for us here at Liquid. We have our new coach being full-fledged integrated into TL tomorrow. Our players don't really know what exactly to expect. They know things are going to be different. They've heard little rumors. They've seen sort of things in the calendar, but they're not quite sure on the structure, the rules, and how much responsibility they'll be given going into the next split. Everyone's just expected to go on a walk, talk. We're hoping as an org, they're really trying to figure out what's going on and what's the point of this. We expect them to be like, this is useless, this is whatever, but as long as they're band together on that, I think we're okay with it. I'm really curious to see how it goes. And I'm really hoping the guys instantly just don't revolt and want to give up on the idea.
Okay, you are in the driver's seat. Okay, the destiny of this team relies upon your success. Okay, we don't play. Okay, we coach, but we don't play. You play. Each of you plays. Each of you are responsible for making each other better than you were last season. Regardless of what the place was, whether you finished second, third, doesn't matter, okay? I don't care about placement, I care about winning a championship.
I think the most excited person to do it would probably would be Dom, because he experienced all this negative stuff that's happened to the team in the past, and this would probably change it all and the mindset of all the players.
I think it's going to be a big shock for the main team to just be doing things a different way.
As a new player, it's really weird for me to have structure in a team. So I'm pretty excited to really try this new system and see what results come from it.
Kind of just interested to see if we're all going to just abide by it and have a winning culture here, or if it's just going to be a mess. So I guess that's to be determined.
The shadow. And I got this tag in my butt. I got a tail. See how chilly it is? I moved to California to get away from this kind of shit, man. So the focus for this week is on the structure and what's possible with the structure, not any specific metagame.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah.
I just want to know that there's a plan for it.
Right. So
because it's, I think I started off when I said this about over dinner that we had with Randy on his first day here, which was our biggest potential weakness of using this entire strategy is a lack of focus on the actual gameplay and macro and playbook and in-game strategy. And I just want to make sure that if there's a plan for that, when it's going to happen. I just haven't heard anything about it, so I'm not saying it isn't going to happen. I'm just saying I want to update.
Yeah, a lot of the strategy concerns are mostly going to be solved by the fact that we're going to have like 15 to 20 people working on our team. So like the challenger guys, main roster guys, Randy, me, position coaches, analysts, like whatever software stuff we have. I have one that might be ready to go this morning. So like I think we'll have enough stuff addressing that.
Okay, let's just have a conversation.
And I think it's fine to formalize it better, but
yeah, let's just have a conversation with Randy because I don't want everything to be so reactive.
yeah. And like what I'm planning for this week is almost entirely about showing what the structure can do. Felt like trolling Fabby. So then what happened with the Lula pick? Did anyone ask Phoenix what he wanted to play, or did Phoenix say anything? Yeah, I mean, it's fine if you guys want to pick your own stuff, but like, obviously don't just pick shit for people. Take this semi-seriously. So I'm not sure exactly what happened there, but well, Fabby, what happened initially was he picked something for Phoenix that Phoenix didn't want to play, and then he quit out, and then he picked something else, from what I understand. So a lot of the guys still had like negativity issues, and the season hadn't even started yet. Just planted a seed in my mind that I was concerned that maybe guys weren't going to come in with a fresh mentality, and then the first week I just couldn't stand the guys already. After like the whole game, Phoenix, what he did was he took his TeamSpeak volume and put it at 0, so he couldn't hear any of the people he was in the chat with. Mm-hmm. So he didn't talk the whole time. He muted basically, so he couldn't hear anybody.
He muted them in game too.
He muted them in game, and then after the game, he was like, "Oh, so fucking bad. Never want to play this again."
That needs to be nipped in the ass.
Yeah,
like get with the fucking program. I think infractions are penalizing somebody for something that they know they're doing wrong. I don't even think they know what they're doing.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with you, Steve. I'm saying that like we told them that like we're not gonna give infractions the first time something happens. After that day, I was like, dude, I don't think I can do this for a whole split. And then the whole rest of the week was kind of meh until Friday, which was okay aside for like one issue I had with Phoenix. And I just knew that like I didn't have it in me to deal with people who you don't want to work with on a day-to-day basis and who you have to work so much with. So I thought logistically it made the most sense to start stepping away now before I like literally snapped at somebody. So yeah, I think the guys have like huge attitude issues and I didn't want to deal with it anymore.
Right now, the plan for Randy being the head coach of the team and then maybe bringing in a different strategic coach, Loco is doing content for us right now. If he's going to be coaching. Right now, that's not the plan. I don't want Loco involved on a coaching standpoint with the team. I think we'll be fine without Loco. And if we need more of a strategic coach that understands League of Legends to get involved, then I'll go and hire somebody else and they'll work closely with Randy. I think there's a number of qualified people that are in the industry that would love to work for us. So if there's a future need for a better strategic coach, we'll find someone.
What am I most excited for? I'm excited for my content to come out and hopefully it does well. I'm excited to make content in general. I'm excited for all the newfound fame I will have on TL to like work where it's a lot less stress-free. Not because like TSM was super stressful, but like not being a coach and not being like a player is going to be a lot stress-free. I've been doing esports for like 5 years, and during all 5 years I've been in like the competitive position, like in player and coach position, so it's been pretty stressful.
It's really funny. You're almost like itching to like help out because you see so many things that aren't maybe necessarily wrong, but just could be like fine-tuned.
I mean, straight up, like, because we've been in that stage before or we've done something very similar, like I do know like what works and what doesn't, and it's really hard like not to help, like especially when you've been doing that position for a while and like it's just right there, like so. And I really don't want to coach anymore. Like I've already said multiple times why I don't want to, and like it's just, I don't want to do it, but like it's there and it's like a natural response, and like I keep trying to stop myself, and and then like, yeah, it's hard. True story by Locodoco.
Stacy's mom has got it going on, and she's all I want.
So when I initially stopped coaching, I made like a promise to myself, due to how grinding and stressful it is to coach a team, especially a top tier LCS team like that has a lot of fans. I told myself, I'm fine with it, I'm never gonna coach again, like it's way too stressful and my happiness is really important to me. And I still do believe that.
Monday, we started off with a presentation where everyone was supposed to talk about what they learned in the patch. That went pretty well, everyone talked a lot. And then we did some one-on-ones while Quas had to go to the doctors for his green card stuff. And then we did some internal scrims versus the challenger team. They were definitely sided towards us, but they weren't like crazy one-sided. We had one close game we won 2 pretty stompy, and then they won a stompy one. So it's like an okay scrim, so like on average, I guess.
We're not gonna get there by trying half-ass, okay? If you were to ask me how hard you think I work at this company, right? You guys see me, I work 7 days a week. I probably work like 12 to 16 hours a day. I put everything on the line. I reinvest all the profits back into the company. I am all in. I'm busting my ass and I'm working. But my question to you is, are you doing the same thing? Are you working as hard as you possibly can? And if you're not, it's a problem. Like, you need to be putting in 150%, 100%. And if you're not, like, this is the fucking opportunity of a lifetime. You're about to be in what will be the NFL of esports. You know, one of the most popular games, and your salary, you could be set for life. You're helping your teammates out. You're discussing strategy. You're trying to improve each other. You're trying to help Smoothie, you're trying to help Piglet. Like, everyone's trying to work together and like get better at the game. I don't see that happening. I see that happening with like the challenger team upstairs. Every night they sit down and they talk about the game. They're trying to figure shit out and how good they can get, and they're like, you know, they're collaborating. Like I really want to win. I really want to win. I know you guys really want to win. So just work together to do that. You've got a lot of resources, and I'm just gonna try to help out when I can. So. And then obviously Loco too. Loco's helping out for like a couple weeks here and there. So you've got a ton of people trying to get us to win.
It was a pretty fine day overall. Then today, for whatever reason, Quas is just like not talking to anybody and like refusing to play solo queue and wants 24 hours of time to think about whatever and won't say what's bothering him. And Phoenix is crapping on Youngbin in every scrim now. And so Young wants to quit and Phoenix doesn't like that. So that's everything that's happening.
So, you know, part of me feels like Randy, even if we fast forward 6 months and you have a pretty deep understanding of League of Legends, I don't know if that's like the vital key to all of this. So I'm just putting it out there so that, yeah, so you're going to have to focus on the game to get it, but it's going to be more about this.
Even though he's no longer employed, I've made sure to spend as much possible time with him and helping him get on his feet. And I'm gonna sit down and just have a conversation with him. It's been kind of a slow process, which I think is good that it's kind of going slow. Just trying to help him get on his feet, understand everything that's happened, some of the consequences associated with his actions. I think what's a little different about esports rather than just like a standard employer-employee relationship is that these guys are like family, right? Like, you know, I've known Quas for a long time. Even though he may no longer be with TL, like he doesn't have anybody here that is his guardian, you know, that is his caretaker. He has to rely on relationships like he has with me in order to get through tough times, and that's just life. You're just gonna have people in your life that are gonna help you out, and I'm one of those people for him right now. I will also say that I don't have the time to be a full-time caretaker for Quas, but I can partition some of my time during this kind of transition process to help him out and get him into a comfortable environment.
Quas was always like the outlier on our team. He was definitely the hardest person to connect with for me. Worked pretty hard to like get on the same page as Quas, but it was always really hard, and conversations were kept always really short. I don't think that there was really a way to tell what exactly was going through his mind, or I'm not sure. At the very end, Quas wanted to find like this new person in himself, and wanted to become a lot more outgoing and a lot more talkative and like just easier to talk to. He didn't want to hold all of these things that have sort of haunted him for a long time. I hope that the Quas that we saw before the days before the suspension is the Quas that we see in the future, where he's a lot more outgoing, wanting to talk to people, wanting to connect with people, want to help people. I think one of the last conversations that I had with him when he was here was talking about how, he can help the team and how he sees all these qualities here. It was hard to take in because this is a guy that for the almost 2 years that I knew him, I couldn't get more than 2 sentences out of him. I remember getting his green card accepted, and it was just like more of a, hey, thanks man, and like a tweet. And something I always remember is like we went out, we grabbed some food, we went down to like one of the little stores down the street, and he bought me like a ton of my favorite candy as like sort of a thank you.
I just want he will be successful, change his job.
Fond memories I had with Quas were just like going over we would always just look back on all the stuff that we had been through together. Quas and I would always just like laugh about like how far we had come, because when we first joined the team, it was like nothing. There was no communication, like the structure. Like Steve tried to put all the right things in place, but it was just finding the people that was so hard. Like all the times we were at LCS and we just did like ridiculously dumb shit because we just had no idea what we were doing at first as a team. Just all those things were just pleasant memories of Quas. Like I'd always just like talk to him in Spanish and just like try out my Spanish. He'd always laugh at like how I just worded things, or like just different ways I used words, because obviously my Spanish is limited and I wouldn't be like perfect at like at picking out the right things to say. So it was just kind of just fun memories like that, just day-to-day stuff, and just when you're on the team with somebody for that long, you just have like a bunch of crazy memories.
The stuff you need to head coach players and like learn about structure and what's good is completely different from being good at League of Legends and researching and putting your time into it. It's two people job, and all the other teams adopted the same model, because teams that have tried like one person doing it fail, and even the teams with 2 coach models, they continue that way. Even with CLG, even with Chris getting sacked and Tony being head coach, they're finding another strategic assistant coach, and then Tony moving into more of a head coach role. Like no teams that experience like the double role go back to like having a single role, but there's constant examples of single role going into double role because people think that's better.
No, I agree. That's what we try to do.
When I initially joined this content creator, I wasn't that big part of coaching. Like I saw it a bit from whenever I would walk past, but in general, the structure didn't seem very effective, and the coaching staff was having a lot of problems with the players themselves too. So I just thought, man, this can't go well. But when I initially got asked by Liquid, I said no, and we talked more, and I thought about it, and I thought of all the bad press I bought for myself, when a lot of the stuff, some of it was my fault, but some of it the community has no idea about, and I wanted to show that I am a good coach, and this would be a really great way to redeem myself, and that really gave me the motivation to start coaching again. From my last 5 years in esports, I enjoyed playing the most. Hands down, playing was my favorite part of being in esports. But outside of playing, I really enjoy doing content. I like doing interviews. I like being interviewed also, and I like making my own content. I had so much fun doing it. It felt really fulfilling whenever it did well on Reddit, on YouTube, and a lot of people gave me praise for it. So it's something I definitely want to continue doing, but it's going to have to take a backseat due to coaching being my #1 priority.
Loco's like awesome to work with. It's really mind blowing how much game knowledge he has, and just like how intelligent he is about situations, and how well he like structures a team. It's something that I haven't really like worked with before, that somebody that was that detailed. Like Peter was good where he would have like an overall idea about team strategy, but Loco's really specific. He's like, you have these responsibilities, you have these responsibilities. I think Loco's really good about just zoning in on problems and just fixing them like almost instantly. So Loco's actually been a really big help.
When the structure is set up and the team is actually going, like the team is self-sufficient and I can train a replacement, I would like to stay away from coaching and put myself back into the content role, but I feel like that's in the future. But yeah, I love doing content. I'm gonna do some of it during the season, and hopefully I can get back into it full time.